How you doing? It's Sunday evening. I usually make my videos in the morning, but I didn't make a video today. I've been very busy, but I wanted to get something into you guys before I went to bed. I just finished writing on my third book. This one is more in relation to what works with women and what doesn't, from my experience and from what I've studied and learned through the years. I'm 61 years old, as some of you know. I've been married 4 times, I have 8 kids, I have a lot of experience with women besides the woman I was married to. I don't know what my body count is, I didn't keep track, but it's a lot. Nothing like these guys have today in the 200s and 300s. I never kept track, as I said. But I have a lot of experience with women, and I want to share that experience with you because when I was younger, excuse me, when I was about 13, I was in the 7th grade. I had no idea what to do with girls. I just didn't know anything. I mean, when I was younger, I used to wonder what girls looked like down there. That's the way I just didn't know anything, and nobody taught me anything. My dad never taught me anything. You know, once in a while I would be at home by myself or my brother maybe, and I'd find my dad's Playboy books, and I would look at those girls in it. It was a big deal. We didn't have this immediate at your command pornography like you guys have today. And then another time I found this book. It was like a blue book or a regular reading type book. And it had these photos of 2 guys being with one girl and a couple girls being with another guy and different things like that. And I thought, oh, people really do things like that? So I had no idea about sex, nothing about girls other than that. My first sexual experience was with a couple older guys. They were probably 16 or 17. I was 13, and they brought this girl from the carnival. She was the easy girl in town, pretty nice looking girl. And of course, we had a threesome. Me and those 2 guys were with that girl. They were with her first, and they told me to do it. I was so scared I couldn't even tell if I mean, I knew I was inside of her, but she was pretty good with me. But it was like, so that was my first sexual experience. But that's what I had. So after that, still, I didn't know how to be with the girls. I remember in the 7th grade, I was probably about 13, about the same time. There was a girl I liked, and I was so afraid to talk to her. Now, this is crazy, but I'm going to tell you this. I bought her a gift because it was her birthday, and I just put it in her locker anonymously. I mean, that's all I knew. But then I met this guy when I was about 14 or 15. I'd started being with a couple of girls. I'd kissed a few girls by then. I don't think I'd had sex with anybody else except for the one by then. I don't remember when the first time I had sex with a girl was. But this guy was a player, okay? And I became friends with a lot of girls because I was running there with my brothers. My brother, I have one brother, and his friends. And these older girls, they would befriend me, and I became friends with them. But I didn't do anything with them. They were older. I was about 15, 16 at the time, 14, 15, 16. I was friends with them for quite a while, but I had no idea how to do anything. But I remember when I was about 16, I did take out this one girl. I took her out, and of course I was with her. We made love, and oh God, you know, of course I fell in love with her, and I treated her really good. Needless to say, she got bored with me and dumped me. Well, it's like I really got hurt, and I thought to myself, I'm never going to tell another girl how I feel again, ever. And that served me well for many years, and I still think that's true to form, even though I changed that around when I was about 30. But there's some things you can tell your friends, and there's some things you can tell your lovers, there's some things you can tell your wife or your girlfriend, but you can't share with them like you can share with a buddy, or like you can share with your higher power, your higher self, your God. There's some things you don't need to share with your woman because they will see you as weak, and they can't help it. They don't know why. You just can't share everything with her like you can your best friend. Now, I hear some guys say that their woman is their best friend, and maybe that's possible. I've never experienced that, and I don't know anybody who... You don't know the dynamics of inside of the relationship, so it's really hard to tell. The best relationships I've seen, the man is leading, the woman depends on him for any kind of protection and provision, okay? That doesn't mean she doesn't work, but she depends on him to be strong. For example, if I lost my job today, would I come home and unload that on my friends or my woman? Not my friends, sorry. My kids or my woman? I would be selfish as hell. I don't have a woman here, it's just me and the kids. But I need to come home and tell them I lost my job, but I need to say, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay, don't worry about it. Even if inside I feel like I'm scared shitless and I don't know how I'm going to make it and I'm afraid I'm going to lose my house. You can share that with your best friend or with your God or whoever, but do not share that with your wife or your kids, because they look for you to be strong. They gain strength from your strength. So I don't think that's being superficial, it's not being dishonest. They see you as the one who's going to take care of everything, as you should as a man, and you will deal with whatever comes up, and they can depend on you. If you come home and fall apart and start crying or being all worried or, oh no, I'm going to make it, that's not being very manly. You may be able to get by with that once, but if you do that more than once in front of your woman, she's going to be looking for a badass to take care of her. She'll be go find the guy who just got out of jail, the meth dealer maybe. It just doesn't work. Women need you to be masculine, to be strong, to be the leader, and the leader does not fall apart. Think about this, when Napoleon was leading his troops against the Russians. Of course, he didn't win that one, but do you think he cried in front of his troops, oh guys, I don't know how I don't think we're gonna make it, what are we gonna do? I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Do you think those men would have followed him? Do you think he would have been the success that he was, even though he lost in Russia? He just waited too long, he hesitated. Actually, he got involved with a woman and he got distracted, and I don't think it was his wife. I know the story, but I can't remember the particulars. Okay, you can look it up. But a woman can make you or break you. Are they dream killers? They can be if you allow them to be. Are they dream makers? They can be that if you allow them to be. A woman has her place in your life the same as you have your place in her life. We each need to know our place, where we are in the dynamics of a relationship. You need to know that as a man, because you are the leader and you must lead. If you're not leading, you're following. Which do you want to do? Would you rather be the leader or do you want to be a follower? That's up to you. I prefer to be the leader, and I've had to walk away from a lot of women. I've walked away from 4 of my wives. The first one, that was my fault. I drank that away. I run around. I cheated. I lied. I did not do well in that marriage, okay? Now, it came back to me. You know what karma is? Reap what you sow? Yeah, I had that too, right? It all come back, so it does. But from that, I learned valuable lessons. The last 3 women I was married to, I treated them like queens. And they all disrespected me, they all run around on me, and they all lied to me. And I walked away from them. At least I walked away with in my hand, okay? And every one of them came back. I walked away and I meant it. The strongest negotiating point in any situation is to walk away and mean it. And I did. Was it easy? No. Did it hurt? Yes. But did I do it? Yes. And you can do it too. You're a man, all right? And you walk away, they'll come back. But if you don't change, what are they coming back to? But if you work on yourself and change yourself, when they come back, you're not going to want them back, because you're a different man and you deserve to be treated with respect and honor. She should admire you, okay? She should admire your strength, she should admire your masculinity, and she should respect you. She should put the relationship between her and you above all else, above her family, above the children, above her job. And how about that? If she's working somewhere else and she's working under a man, is she bringing those problems home from her relationship with her boss? Is that what you want? That's something you need to think about. She's your woman. She doesn't need to be following directions of another man and then bringing problems home, being exhausted because she's trying to please him, and then she's unable to please you. Just some food for thought. Well, I got a steak in the oven, and I can't wait to eat it. Trying to gain some, no, I am gaining some muscle mass, and I gotta go, man. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for my subscribers. I appreciate my viewers. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you. Talk to you tomorrow.